felt it before you said a word. The way your touch disappeared. The space between our conversations started sounding like fear. I asked if you were okay. You said you were tired. I didn't know that meant your heart had retired. I heard the goodbye before you spoke. I stayed quiet while you left. Didn't scream or cry. I watched you slowly detach right in front of my eyes. I held my breath so I wouldn't fall apart. I stayed quiet while you left and broke my own heart. I noticed you stopped trying, stopped asking about my day. I noticed your reply started drifting away. But I stayed gentle, stayed kind, stayed still, thinking patience would change your will. I chose peace over truth. I stayed quiet while you left, like silence was strength. I let you rewrite us until nothing remained. I thought staying calm and I was smart. I stayed quiet while you left and shattered my heart. Sometimes silence is just fear in disguise. I stayed quiet while you left, but I speak now. I won't shrink myself to save love somehow. If someone's leaving, I'll let them go loud. I stayed quiet while you left. Never again now. Never again now. My voice is back. I didn't think I'd make it through nights that felt endless, through mornings where breathing felt reckless. I loved you like oxygen, something I needed to stay. Then suddenly you were gone, and I had to learn another way. I didn't break all at once, I cracked daily. I survived loving you, though it almost destroyed me. I gave you my heart and forgot about me. I cried in silence, I healed in pain. I survived loving you, and I'm still standing today. I lost weight, lost sleep, lost who I was. I questioned my value and blamed love. But somewhere between breakdowns and learning to cope, I found strength hiding inside the hole. I didn't quit, I endured. live again. I'll love with boundaries, not fear or pretend. You are a chapter, not my truth. I survived loving you, and that's proof. I'm still here. I counted every heartbeat, every second you were gone. I waited in empty rooms, hoping you'd walk back home. I memorized the spaces where your hands used to lie, and every lonely echo brought another tear to my eye. I told myself I'm strong enough to survive without your love, but nights are long and cruel and silence is too tough. I waited for your shadow through the midnight rain. I whispered all my sorrow to walls that knew my pain. I held my breath for moments that would never come. I waited for your shadow until I came undone. I replayed our conversations in the quiet of my mind, analyzing every word, hoping clarity I'd find. I smiled at strangers daily to hide the truth inside, that every laugh I shared was a tear I had denied. I prayed the stars would answer me, that you would see my heart, but wishes fall like autumn leaves and dreams fall apart. I waited for your shadow through every lonely night. I counted every heartbeat, praying it felt right. I gave you pieces of my soul that you'd never take. I waited for your shadow until my hands did shake. Maybe love is a ghost that comes too late, or maybe hearts like ours are doomed to wait. I stayed in your memory, even when you left. I carried all your silence, every lie you kept. I dreamed you'd return, but dreams lie too, and shadows fade, even when hearts do. I waited for your shadow until I was gone. I looked beyond my breaking, even though you moved on. I'll keep walking through the ache, the night I waited for your shadow. Now I fight to find the light. I'll wait no longer. My heart deserves the sun. I used to measure every day by how much you crossed my mind. I thought missing you was proof that love was still alive. I kept your name like a secret on the edge of my breath, but every memory I carried was heavier than the rest. I blame myself for everything you never tried to fix. I stay polite with heartbreak, you stay careless with this. I thought pain meant loyalty, I thought silence meant peace, but loving you was slowly taking parts of me. I mistook surviving for holding on. I'm stronger when I don't miss you, when I don't replay your voice, when I stop romanticizing every careless choice. I'm healing in that quiet where you used to stay. I'm stronger when I don't miss you every day. I don't check your name at midnight, I don't wait for signs. I finally chose myself over losing time. I still feel the echoes, but they don't control me. I'm learning love should never feel like begging someone to see me. I don't need your closure to move on. I'm stronger when I don't miss you, when I breathe without pain, when your memory loses power over my name. I loved you hard, I loved you true, but now I choose me. I'm stronger when I don't miss you. Honestly, missing you was familiar, but it wasn't safe. I deserve a love that stays, not one I have to chase. If healing feels like distance, then I'll walk that way. I'm stronger when I don't miss you, when I stand on my own, when my heart feels like a home, not somewhere you once owned. I won't forget what we were, but I won't stay in pain. I'm stronger when I don't miss you, and I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay. The room is loud, but I'm alone. Your laughter still lives in the walls. I talk to shadows of our past, like you never left at all. Every promise that we made is scattered on the floor. I keep finding pieces of you in places I ignore. I thought love would stay, but love just disappeared. I was left in the echo of us, where your voice used to be. I keep reaching for memories to the ghost of us. I trusted every word you said, like truth was something you protect. I ignored the signs, the empty nights, the way you loved me without respect. I told myself you were just lost, that love meant staying anyway. But every tear I swallowed whole was teaching me the price I'd pay. I bent myself into your world until I couldn't recognize the girl who believed love shouldn't hurt, but learned the hard way through your life. Loving you was my mistake, but loving you was real. I gave you parts of me I'll never fully heal. I stayed when I should have run. I believed when you were fake. You walked away untouched while loving you was my mistake. I defended you when you were wrong, even to my closest friends. I called your silence needing space, and your distance how you meant. I learned your mood, your warning signs. I learned to walk on broken glass. I kept forgiving yesterday while you kept hurting my past. I called it love, I called it hope, but it was fear in disguise. Loving you was my mistake, but leaving you still hurts. I paid for all your careless words with everything I was worth. If love is measured by the pain, then I overgave. I lost myself completely. Loving you was my mistake. Maybe one day I'll forgive myself for staying way too long, for confusing lonely nights with something called being strong. I know now love shouldn't beg or feel like constant doubt. I didn't lose you in the end. I lost myself first, then found out I loved you honestly. You loved me conveniently. Loving you was my mistake, but I don't regret my heart. I regret ignoring every sign that warned me from the start. I'm stronger now, but not the same. Still healing from the ache. I loved you with no limits, and that was my mistake. I'll forgive myself someday, just not tonight. I watched you leave without a word. Your footsteps echo away. No way, no tears, no fight, no final touch. Just silence to stay. I held my breath and stayed behind, counting every step, wondering how love could disappear so fast with no regret. I wanted to call to chase, but my pride stayed silent. Silent goodbyes hurt the most. They linger in your heart. No closure, no reason, just a love torn apart. I screamed inside my chest, but you never heard. Silent goodbyes hurt the most. Even sweeter words. I replay our days in my mind. Every laugh, every fight, I search for answers, but none come at night. I forgave your absence, I forgave your lies, but the silence of goodbye broke me in disguise. I gave you all my love, and still you walked away. Silent goodbyes hurt the most. They haunt my dreams. Every memory bites and tears run in streams. I stood alone in the dark, hoping for a sign. Silent goodbyes hurt the most, but I'll be fine. One day I'll speak all the words unsaid. One day I'll heal and move ahead. I loved you silently while losing everything. Silent goodbyes hurt the most, but I'll find my way. I'll rise from the ashes and greet a brighter day. I'll carry lessons and leave the past behind. Silent goodbyes hurt the most, but I'll be fine. I'll be I'll be fine. I walk through streets that once knew us. Every step echoes your name. The lights that guided us before now feel cold and tame. I hide my face behind my hands, pretending I don't care. But every shadow whispers you, every breath is bare. I try to fight the loneliness, but it's stronger than me. Silent tears on empty streets fall like rain unseen. I loved you with all my heart, but now I live in between. The world moves on so fast, but I'm trapped in our past. Silent tears on empty streets, and I'm fading at last. I remember your touch, your voice, every smile that deceived. I forgave you 1,000 times more than you ever believed. I carry the weight of goodbye, even when the world moves ahead. Every street I walk alone holds the words left unsaid. I told myself I'll survive, but nights are long and cruel. Silent tears on empty streets flow where love used to bloom. But tonight the emptiness still falls like rain. I loved you silently while losing everything. Silence is on empty streets. I learned to rise someday. I'll mend the broken pieces and find my way. The world will be brighter even if I feel this blue. Silence is on empty streets, but I'll make it through. I'll make it through. I told myself I'd be okay, just one more lonely night. But every wall I built around still lets your memory inside. I packed your clothes, I packed your lies, left nothing on the floor. But I can't clean the sound of you knocking on my door. I try to reason with my heart, but pain won't compromise. Tears don't ask why, they just fall. They don't care who's right or who you call. I told myself I'd survive, but I still cry. Tears don't ask why. You said we'd heal with time apart, that love would find its way. But time just taught me how to hurt in quieter ways. I smile when people ask my name like nothing's wrong with me. But every mirror knows the girl I used to be. I fake my strength for everyone, but truth leaks through my eyes. Tears don't ask why, they don't wait. They fall at midnight and they stay. I learned how to breathe alone, but I still cry. Tears don't ask why. If loving you was my mistake, then pain is what I owe. But why does missing you still feel like home? Tears don't ask why, they just fall. They don't need answers at all. I'm stronger now, or so I say, but late at night they still obey. Tears don't ask why, neither do I. I waited for your calls, your apologies, your change. I waited through the heartbreak, through love that stayed the same. I told myself tomorrow would finally be the day, but tomorrow never came, and I slowly faded away. Hope kept me trapped in yesterday. The day I stopped waiting was the day I broke free. I chose myself instead of maybe. I let go of the future you never gave. The day I stopped waiting was the day I was saved. Through promises undone, I waited while you chose yourself, every single one. I stayed loyal to a feeling you no longer felt. I was fighting for a love you never helped. I realized love shouldn't feel like standing still. I stopped waiting, I chose my life. I laid down the burden I carried at night. I'll love again, but not in pain. The day I stopped waiting, I reclaimed my I'm no longer waiting. I remember every word, every kiss, every glance. I held on to our moments, thinking it was chance. I gave you my mornings, my nights, my soul. But love slipped away and left me alone. I blame myself at first, then the world, then fate. The love I lost still lingers, it haunts me every day. It whispers in the quiet, it doesn't go away. I cried for what we had and what we never knew. The love I lost will always feel true. I see your shadow in the streets, I hear your laugh in the wind. Every corner reminds me of a love that couldn't win. I tried to forgive, to forget, but the heart remembers pain. The love I lost still flows like rain. loved I lost, but I'll survive. The love I lost still lingers, but I'll find my way. I'll heal my broken heart and greet a brighter day. I'll remember but not dwell. I'll love again soon. The love I lost became my tomb. I'll rise from the love I lost. The night you left me, the stars refused to shine. I cried into the darkness, wishing you were mine. I replay every heartbeat, every word we shared, but nothing could replace the love that disappeared. I whispered your name, but it vanished in the wind. The night I lost you, I lost a part of me. I screamed without sound, no one else could see. I loved you completely, and still I let go. The night I lost you left my heart hollow. I touched our photographs, I held them to my chest. I begged for a second chance, but fate wouldn't rest. I walked through the silence, I walked through the pain. Every raindrop reminded me that I loved in vain. I gave you my mornings, I gave you my nights. The night I lost you, I lost my way. I stayed in your memory while life slipped away. I hoped you'd return, but hope wasn't enough. The night I lost you was lonely and tough. I'll rebuild my soul brick by brick, day by day. I'll love myself again and find a brighter way. I love too much, but I survive. The night I lost you, I learned to rise. I carried the lessons and dried my eyes. I'll love again one day, and I'll be true. The night I lost you made me stronger too. I'll rise, I'll rise, hard. I hear your name in crowded rooms, and still I turn my head, like part of me is hoping you'll be standing there instead. They say time heals everything, but time feels feels like a lie. I'm just learning how to breathe while I slowly say goodbye. I don't cry like I used to, but the ache still stays. When your name stops hurting, I'll finally be free. When your memory stops haunting me, I'll stop replaying every word you ever said. I'll start living when your name stops hurting. I don't check your messages, I don't ask your friends, but every road I walk alone feels like it never ends. I learned how to love myself in pieces, not whole. Still healing from a promise that I never got to hold. I'm stronger than yesterday, but weaker than I see. When name stops hurting, I'll sleep through the night. I won't wake up missing you or questioning why. I'll stop fighting ghosts that live in my head. I'll start breathing when you get it. Maybe love doesn't disappear, it just changes shape. And maybe letting go is the bravest kind of pain. When your name stops hurting, I'll smile for real. Not the kind of fake, but the kind I feel. Until that day, I'll keep moving on, one broken step at a time. I'll be okay, just not tonight. I thought our love was endless, a story with no end. But now I walk alone, trying to comprehend. Your laughter still lingers in every quiet place, and I keep searching for a familiar face. I begged the night for answers, but all I got was pain. Why did you leave me when I needed you most? Why did you break my heart and vanish like a ghost? I called your name in silence, but you didn't hear. Why did you leave me and disappear? I replay every moment, every word, every fight, trying to find a reason for the endless night. I gave you all I had, but it wasn't enough. Your love was a storm, and I couldn't stand the rough. I held on to hope while it slipped away. Why you silently while losing everything. Why did you leave me? I may never know, but I learned to live and let my heart grow. Rise from the ashes, I'll mend what's broken. Why did you leave me? I'll find the unspoken. Oh, I'll survive even without you. You said you cared, but never showed. You said you tried, but let me go. I begged for effort, you gave excuses. I stayed committed while you stayed useless. Love shouldn't feel optional. You didn't love me enough to fight, to stay. You didn't love me enough to change your ways. I gave you my everything, you gave me bluff. You didn't love me, you didn't love me enough. I lowered my standards to keep you close. I ignored the truth I needed most. I waited for actions that never came. I carried the guilt while you felt no shame. I blamed myself, but now I see you didn't love me enough to choose me first. You didn't love me enough to stop the hurt. I held us together with empty trust. You didn't love me, you didn't love me enough. And that's not my failure, that's your truth. I loved honestly, you didn't. You didn't love me enough, but I loved real. I gave my heart, and that still means something. I walk away knowing I did my best. You didn't love me enough. Now I rest. I'm at peace now. I woke up to empty sheets, your side cold as stone. No call, no warning, just silence on the phone. I searched the walls for meaning, photos and old songs. I replayed every memory, but nothing felt so wrong. I asked the sky for answers, but stars don't speak. I'm left to gather pieces of a love that's weak. You left without a reason and took my heart away. I'm walking through the ruins of yesterday. I screamed into the night, but no one heard. You left without a reason, and I'm left with the hurt. I called your name in echoes through streets you once knew, but there's no one answering, just the cold and the blue. I relive the days I stayed too blind to see that love can disappear like sand into the sea. I gave you all my heart and you gave me none. I'm learning now that endings are where pain begins. You left without a reason and shattered every plan. I held on to your shadow with my trembling hands. I searched for your goodbye, but it never came. You left without a reason, and I'm left with the blame. Maybe one day I'll forgive, but tonight I'll break. I'll carry your leaving in every step I take. I loved you silently while losing everything. Finally, you left without a reason, and still I survive. I'll stitch my shattered heart and learn to feel alive. No more shadows, no more chains, no more sleepless nights. You left without a reason, but I'll be alright. I'll rise, even from the absence of you. I planned our future, you planned your escape. I held every promise, you barely stayed. I spoke in we, you spoke in me. Our love for two and couldn't see. I thought effort would wake you up. You let me love alone while standing right there. You took all my devotion, gave me thin air. I fought for us nightly, you slept just fine. You let me love alone, thinking love was mine. I explained my pain carefully so I wouldn't scare you but I won't anymore. I'll never carry silence like I did before. I deserve hands that reach back, not distance disguised. You let me love alone, now I choose my life. I won't love alone again. I won't love alone again. You left when I needed you most. Said you needed time to think. I cried alone and fixed myself while you were chasing everything. Now you're standing at my door with apologies and truth, but I'm not the broken girl who was still waiting for you. You learned my worth after I learned to walk away. You love me too late, when my heart had moved on, when the tears were gone and the damage was done. I begged you then, you hesitated. Now I'm stronger and you love me too late. You say you finally understand all the pain you put me through, but understanding doesn't erase what it took to survive you. I needed effort, not regret. I needed truth, not fear. I needed you when I was breaking, not now that I'm healed. Timing matters in love, and you missed mine. You love me too late, when I learned to breathe alone, when I stopped calling you my only home. I needed you then, you showed up too late. Now I won't reopen what I barely escaped. I forgive you, but forgiveness doesn't mean return. Some lessons are learned only after the burn. You loved me too late. I loved you on time. I gave you my heart. You gave me excuses and lies. I won't go backwards, I won't hesitate. This goodbye is gentle but final. You love me too lived inside the maybes I held on to for too long. We danced around the truth like it was something fragile. I was ready for forever. You were afraid of trial. You said maybe someday, like it was enough. I built a home in your arms out of almost love. I waited for your timing. You waited for the sign. But love don't live in waiting rooms or half-hearted lines. I gave you all my patience. You gave me doubt. You were my almost always, my never quite, my what-if love. Every lonely night you held my hand, but not my heart, not all the way. You were my almost always that slipped away. I defended you in silence when my heart knew better. I told myself just one more chance, like it lasts forever. But almost love is painful. It hurts the deepest kind, 'cause you lose someone who was never really mine. I stayed where I wasn't chosen, hoping you'd decide. You were my almost always, my almost home. I loved you loud, you loved alone. I saw the good, ignored the signs. I crossed every line. You were my almost always, every time. Someday I'll stop wondering what we could have been, but tonight I'm missing what never truly lived. You didn't break my heart, you just never held it tight. You were my almost always, my unfinished song. I stayed believing you'd prove me wrong, but I'm done loving halfway. I'm done waiting in pain. You were my almost always, not my always. Always. Daylight keeps me busy enough to pretend I'm fine, but when the world goes quiet, you cross my mind. Every memory gets louder when the stars appear. I survive the day somehow, but the night is cruel. I don't cry in front of mirrors, I don't break in crowds, but your name hits different when it's just me now. Your name hurts more at night when there's no one else to blame. The dark knows all my secrets and it calls you by your name. I'm okay until the lights go out, until I lose the fight. Yeah, your name hurts more at night. I scroll past all the moments we'll never relive. Your smile still knows exactly where my heart lives. I tell myself I'm healing, that I moved on, but healing feels like lying when the night comes on. I can't fake a laugh in daylight, but I fall apart inside. Your name hurts more at night, when my heart won't stay asleep. Every promise that you broke still comes looking for me. I'm stronger when the sun is up, but I lose the fight. Yeah, your name hurts more at night. If I could erase one sound, it wouldn't be goodbye. It'd be the way you said my name, like you meant to stay alive. Your name hurts more at night, but some